there wasn't much in the area. Obviously, there's a shit ton now. Can you swear on here? I don't know.
Yeah. I said, fuck man, who knows? Some really fucking cool shit coming. That's so fucking good.
Awesome, welcome back.
Episode 8.
Episode 8. How good was Tilly last week?
Yeah, he done well, man. Dude speaks well, and it was cool to hear like his story. And I know that he's already had a few people from the gym kind of reach out, kind of see a different side of him, because you never really know what people's battles are.
Yep,
like outside the gym.
Love the deep dive. Oh well, and so who we got on all of us today?
Got the Kaine playing.
The Kaine playing.
What's doing, boys? How are we?
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Nah, thanks for having me, mate.
My man. How many potties you been on now? This is your third?
Second? No, might be my third, yeah.
I think you done a cricket one, right?
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
Is it My Peak Boys?
Yes, yeah.
You know, it's funny, I would never put you a cricketer, hey. I remember Kye telling me you play cricket, I was like, nah. Like,
he's not that good.
Nah, you look like a footy player, right?
especially after that thing last year when you won those tickets and you tackle that dude.
Oh, mate, I'm ticket man now,
let's
not him.
talk about it.
Bro, all the tickets. You want to hear
say he's the fastest man in Penrith.
I am. No one can catch me, bro.
Come flying out of nowhere, and of all good things, you had a G3 hoodie on too. It was like promotion at the same time.
Well, that was the second time I caught him, so I needed some marketing and got a shout out on the radio. You know? So.
But did I miss the dress memo? Did you guys get dressed?
I know it's going to be filmed, so I should have got a pump up.
You got to get the guns out.
Yeah, guns out. That's right.
I haven't trained yet, but
oh, I love it. All right, so I want to start with this. Is so obviously for those who don't know, Kaine, you are the origin story with Kye when it comes to G3 Narellan. Okay, I guess my thought or my question is this: so obviously you had Blaxland first. Okay, in your mind, what was the vision for you then when I guess whatever the conversation was that you and Kye had, or you, Kye and Gamble, what was your vision, your part to play when it comes to Narellan G3?
Man, Blaxland wasn't even the plan to start with. Narellan was. The whole reason I jumped on with G3 was obviously Gamble gave me the vision of me owning my own studio. And then I said, yeah, sweet. And then my vision was out at Narellan, because at that time when I was looking, there wasn't much in the area. Obviously, this is a shit ton now. Can you swear on here? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Yeah. I'm actually trying to watch my piece of
but yeah, there was nothing out here, so I earmarked it for myself and said, okay, I want that location. Gamble said, sweet, that's yours. And then Blaxland come about, and I was I was hesitant, because once I've got something in my mind, I'm fixated on it, as you see with the bodybuilding stuff and whatnot that I've done. So I was fixated on doing that. And they're like, look, you can still do Narellan, but Blaxland's happening first. We'll focus on that.
You went and seen the space, right?
Yeah.
They went and showed you, because, correct me if I'm wrong, there was someone lined up, they kind of pulled.
Nah, so they were looking at that space, and we had someone else that was going to do it with me. They're like, look, there's no strings attached, just come look at the space. So I went up, looked at the space, and I was thinking, nah, look, I'll just go up, have a look at it, whatever, not going to do it. Had a look at the space, and then the vision started coming to me, and I'm like, nah, shit, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, this could work.
Yeah, they're like, you can still do Narellan, but Blaxland's happening first, I want you to run it. I'm like, all right, done. And then we were open 10 weeks, closed 4 months, second lockdown. Cheers.
Oh,
Thanks, Gladys. But within that lockdown, the opportunity come up that Gamble came up to me and said that Kye is interested in opening G3 out at Narellan. Would you want to do it with him? And I was like, I'd already trained him. And so me and Kye already had a good connection there. And I was like, fuck yeah, that'll work really well.
And I didn't actually want a partner at the time.
You didn't? You want to go solo?
So, because so similar, right? So me and G had the conversation about potentially being an owner, same thing. And then the first place that popped in my head was out here for sure. And when I said to myself, look, mate, I'd love to go Narellan, he goes, someone's kind of already got Narellan. Wouldn't say who. And I'm like, okay, man, for me, it's that or nothing. That's where I want to go. And he was like, would you do it? Would you go and partner with someone? I'm like, yeah, no, probably not. And then he goes, what if it's Kaine? I went, no, definitely not. But then when you actually start thinking, when we started to go into it, and then we started to have some conversations about what it would look like, then it kind of started to make sense. And then being able to have someone there to kind of support and assist and do it together.
Yep.
Obviously it's a big effort, and a lot of work goes involved setting one up. So yeah, then then the picture started to come together that we'd work really well, and we did have a pretty good connection. We worked really well together.
So you prior to you going to G3 to train, like you said you did in your episode, you guys didn't really know each other before that.
Didn't know him from Barasot.
No.
So you guys made a connection through you being one of G's trainers, Gamble's trainers. He tells you to smoke Kye.
That first leg day, baby.
You smoke Kye. So and then a connection's formed, and then before you guys even know it, you guys are talking about a business together, partnership.
Yeah, it all happened pretty quick, eh?
Yeah. Well, then I guess we've kind of tapped into.
And it was the other part was like I'd seen him as a coach.
Yep.
And like his work ethic and like gun trainer. So
Yep.
I'm like, fuck, like I felt like me and him would be a real good coaching team.
Okay, I like that. And so, like I said, we've kind of heard Kye's vision, like when he talked about when he saw Narellan, his concept, like what was yours? What was yours? Say if you said, okay, I got Blaxland, had that going, I got a partnership with Kye and Narellan. Like at that time, what was your vision for Narellan? What did you want to happen out here?
Man, I don't know if I had a set vision. I earmarked the area because I saw the potential in it, and I saw us because when I first started at Penrith and seen like 240 members in there, like every session was full. Like that was my vision for the place. Like every session's going to be pumping. We've got this place where everyone's just like that big community feel where everyone's just having a laugh, training hard, and was just throwing down banger sessions, right? And that was my vision for it. I didn't know how it would work. Didn't know how it would go with having obviously two, being between Blaxland and Narellan. Didn't know how that would go, but I was like, I was determined to make it work because I was so fixated on having Narellan first.
That was the first idea, the first goal.
That was the first goal.
You couldn't let that go.
No, it was like, and it was almost because back then it was obviously imposter syndrome was a big thing, but I didn't back myself to make one work.
Okay.
Right, so. I was like,
before you pass on, just touch on that imposter syndrome. Like what just for
what
people,
is it?
People have never heard it before. Like what is it?
So imposter syndrome is like, for instance, like we're coaches, but we don't like back ourselves kind of thing. It's like not backing yourself. Essentially, it's like you think, oh, I'm not good enough to do this. Like, and then it's that self-doubt that come in, the limiting beliefs.
Because I think one of your ones was that you've worked so hard to try to shake is like, I'm not just a PT.
Yeah.
So classifying yourself as just a PT.
Yeah.
And losing that shit to like.
I'd say I'm a PT trying to be a business owner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So, because that's how I saw myself. I was like, because the whole idea when I started at Blaxland, I wasn't meant to be the business guy. I was just like the face that's going to run the classes and stuff like that. And that's how it started. But obviously, naturally, that role has progressed to where things are now today. We're trying to work on the business rather than in it.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been learning that on the fly, and I've had to shake a lot of limiting beliefs around that because I'm like, I don't know how to run a fucking business.
Yeah.
I'm like, who am I to tell the team how to do X, Y, Z? I'm like, I was just a PT.
Yeah.
Right. That's how I saw myself, and
Okay.
that's that imposter syndrome. So I had to evolve a lot. Yeah.
So you've got that going on in the background. You got Blaxland, and then you're partnering with Kye to run another business. So that must be that must be a massive tug of war. One business here, a joint business here, and in the background you've got this imposter syndrome just always on you.
Man, that time, like,
It was a battle, eh?
it was a battle, right?
Yep.
So
Dude, like to talk about it.
Yeah,
Because
please.
and if people have just turned up to Blaxland in the last 2 years, or if people have turned up to Narellan in the last 2 years, like they see like a busy gym and what you'd think is like a successful business. But man, like those early days, like people, I don't think people, like our OGs, they understand it. But like you're running, it was either me or you running every single session.
Yep.
While both of us trying to run our own businesses, trying to make all the phone calls, all the sales calls, all the follow-ups, trying to do all the social media, shooting all the content, doing all the programming. And you're doing all of it.
Mate, like,
I
I look back on those days and I'm like, how did I get through that? Like, I honestly don't know, because
grind.
between running sessions every morning, every night, I was pouring beers on the weekend when we first opened as well, so I could pay rent because I just moved out of home.
So
and I was
Wait. So you had another. So you had Blaxland.
Yeah.
You had Narellan, and you were working at a pub.
Bro,
So
and I was prepping for bodybuilding as well.
So we opened Narellan, and we're not paying each other a wage.
No.
Because there's no money there to support
Yeah.
it.
And
So
I was only getting paid for floor hours from Blaxland as well. So
yeah. So we're putting in all this time to try to get these businesses off the ground, to try to get them to support themselves so we can eventually pay ourselves a wage. I don't think we paid ourselves a wage for fucking 10 months or some shit.
It was a while. And when we got to that point where we could, it was like, it was cool because then I could supplement the third job. Like a Wednesday for me, I'd have to wake up at 3 a.m. to get my cardio in because I was prepping for bodybuilding. I'd run the morning sessions at Blaxland. Before the 9 a.m., I'd get my training done, run the 9 a.m., go home, quickly shower, go to the RSL, work 11 till 3, drive out to Narellan, run the Arvo classes, pack up.
On fumes,
drive home. I remember like I'm driving home, eating me dinner as well, eating me bloody fish and beans and shit.
It's wild.
And then get home, quickly shower, go to bed, wake up Thursday, do it all again. And then on the weekends, Friday night, I'd work till 12 or 1 a.m., wake back up, do Saturday morning, run the sessions there, and then work Saturday night. So I'd get Sunday to kind of try reset. But I look back and I don't know how I did it. And like, those were hard days, but you look back now and you're like, you needed to go through it, and there were tough lessons that I had to learn. And like in hindsight, I'm like, oh, look, I probably shouldn't have done Narellan when I did because Blaxland was still in infancy, but I was so fixated. But it was a lesson that I had to learn, and I wouldn't change it as well because I learned a lot about myself through then, what I'm capable of now looking back on it. And like, I wish it had worked out differently in terms of, wish I was still there and able to be part of the success and the growth of it. But at the same time,
Blaxland wouldn't be where it is.
Blaxland wouldn't be where it is, and I don't think Narellan would be either, right? Because as much as hard work you were putting into it, right, you needed someone to be able to help. And I think me stepping away enabled both businesses to then grow. Yeah. Like, you're able to get George in. Best thing that happened to Narellan was George. Like, I couldn't.
Whoa.
But since I left, like,
carry on.
Like, because then you've got your right hand man, right? And then the growth that I've seen for you guys from there, I'm like, I made the right choice because then Blaxland wouldn't be where it is today. Yeah. Right.
And like when Kaine called me to have the conversation about, mate.
Fuck, that was hard.
Yeah. So like, he's like, mate,
let's bring this conversation out.
Like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming. I'll let you take it over.
We went down and I'd been thinking about it for a while. I think we just celebrated the first birthday at Narellan, and I was determined just to make it work, but I also felt like I just had no life, man. I would have been 27, just turned 28 maybe. And I was like, how did things change? Because of the spot where the businesses were at. Like, I was on the floor all the time. We just signed up to Geronimo as well. So then we're trying to do all this background stuff, and it felt like I'm doing like 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I'm just like, this ain't sustainable. And I had no social life. Like, I was like, how do I get to a stage where I'm able to have a family and have kids and be able to support them and be able to be a part of my family's lives?
Yep.
And it was just weighing on me because I knew what I had to do, but doing it I felt like a failure, I'd failed. Okay. And I didn't want to feel like that.
Yep.
But then I realised like it wasn't fair on me, but 2, it wasn't fair on Kye. And it wasn't fair on everyone else around me because I wasn't the person that I wanted to be. And it was just weighing on me so much.
And you probably skipped a little there too, because something you did say in that conversation was you felt like it wasn't fair on your Blaxland members either, because you felt like you couldn't be the best person you wanted to be for them because you didn't have the energy to
both sets of members, man. I'm like, people know how I am on the floor sometimes. Some mornings I can be a bit of a
not Kaine.
Be a bit of a prick. To put it lightly.
Peak week, brother. Do not work on peak week.
No. Don't work on peak week. Wait till I'm carved up, thank you. But I just, man, people just didn't deserve that side of me, and I know I can offer a lot more. So it's just weighing so much. So then to have that conversation with Kye, it hurt.
Yeah, okay.
But it was a necessary conversation. Like, it hurt me, and I could see like he wasn't expecting it either. But
And if we be brutally honest, our relationship wasn't a great space.
Honestly, I swear to you, I was about to say that. I said, I think it probably saved a friendship as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we were tight.
Business.
We were tight, man. But that first 6 months, 12 months, it took it out of us both. Like,
because he's obviously so who I was at Narellan, he was at Blaxland, right?
Yeah.
But then he was trying to put in time at Narellan, which was kind of what we agreed. But then because he was so stretched, he couldn't support me. He couldn't support me like he felt like he needed to, and like what we kind of had spoken about. So then I started resenting him for it, and then at the same time he felt like he knew what he wanted to be able to do, but just didn't have the time or the energy to be able to do it. So like it did, man. Like we were so tight early, and it just really started to put like a strain on the friendship.
And that's because that's the crazy part people don't see. You know, like we've got members at our gym who don't know who Kaine is, and I'll say this open line, honestly, like.
I'm just on the wall.
Our success started there. Like,
Who the fuck is that guy?
who's that guy on the wall? But like, you are part of our success today. There's no way we could ever say we're successful today, that we would be where we are today if you weren't part of the beginning. There's no way.
Thanks,
like,
man.
you have OG members who talk about you, who still remember you. They remember when you were hungry. Like, oh man, when Kaine was only hungry, we knew all about it. We're like, hey,
You're probably
Kaine,
still some members' favorite coaches.
Yeah, but you know,
They're only human.
but it was the sacrifices you two made. It was the hardship you guys made. It's the stuff in the background that members didn't see that built that foundation for us. And from what I'm hearing is, you guys put everything in front of you. You guys had no safety net. There's no fallback plan. It was like we move forward or not at all.
Yeah, it's tough. Dude, something I've never really spoken about. So I like when I first went into coaching, like I came out of a decent career. I was on 140 odd a year. So like your whole life and everything's based on like your salary and what you're earning, right? So that whole period we're talking about, like the business not being able to support like a wage or a salary, my family, we were living off our loan. So like the loan that we had to set up the business, we had change left in that, and we were living off the loan to get by for a long time.
Yeah, you had to fly to Adelaide a few times, and you doing that other stuff.
I ended up taking a job with like kind of like a contracting job, and flying to Adelaide on like a consultancy role for a print company, and I was doing that. That was over a few months. I think I went there maybe 8 or 9 times.
Yeah, you're still like on the
Just to try to
computer, making phone calls there while you can and stuff, like just doing whatever you could to support.
Crazy. Well, if we fast track a little bit now, Kaine, because I mean, like Blaxland is just going off. You guys are going off, okay? So like, walk us through that, like not just as a business owner, but as a trainer, as a person, like leaving G3, obviously that must have been hard, you know, for you, like, and you probably carried a bit of weight for a little bit there and guilt and stuff, but at what point did you get to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm a business owner, you know, like I'm going to grow this shit, I'm going to mold this shit, I'm going to make it be something.
Yeah, man, honestly, like always credit Dozer, Soph and Benny and that from Geronimo, the things that they've taught me, right, within business is like, I really don't think we would be where we are if Kye didn't
Convince you?
didn't like be like, hey, we're jumping on this, because it was like we're treading water.
Yeah,
we're treading water,
and
man.
we definitely. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it previously. Like we drastically underestimated how important brand awareness and presence is.
Yeah.
So people knowing like what your brand is and who you are and what you do, like coming into a new area, a new space.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of that stuff on actually how to run a studio.
Yeah.
Because like I said, man, like I was just running blindly. I'd only run classes.
Yeah.
That's all I knew about business. Right, just show up and run the class, right? And then thinking like people are gonna, oh yeah, that's cool. Like we'll just come in.
Turn up and want to train.
People are just gonna turn up, like because Blaxland, we had a steady growth to start with. Like after 10, before we hit that first lockdown, we had about 80 members in 10 weeks, which I thought was gun. I'm like, mad. We're close to Penrith, which people knew G3 anyway. So then when we've come out here, then obviously it was a bit harder. But it was just by just doing the reps really with the business side of stuff. Like obviously we've been able to getting more people in, you can put more people on the floor which then I can step back and try learn that stuff more on the business end. Then obviously stepping away from Narellan enabled me to put more time into that process to do it. So it was just slowly building the reps for me, and that would change the limiting beliefs, like things of like even up to, it's probably been the last year that's been the bigger transformation. Like when we were on the Gold Coast this time last year, doing that stuff with Geronimo with the retreats, and it's just building those habits where you're like, okay, I've implemented this, and then this has been the change. So you're just stacking up those wins.
Yep.
So we've just, over the last 4.5, 5 years, just slowly stacked them. And then before you know it, you've got that proof there that, okay, I was here and now I'm here. Like, so, and then you look back on each step along the way that you did, and then before you know it, you're like, oh, okay, fuck, how did we get here?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just...
And I think it's important too, right? Like you're a business owner, so you want to, like, you're trying to make a successful business that can hopefully support you and your family for a long time, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got like you've got like this thing in you where you also feel like you have to make sure this is successful for your people.
Yep.
You need to make sure that your business and your gym can survive and is successful, so everyone has a place to go to.
That's it. Like you create a space because, like, one, we love training, and two, we want to see people love training as well.
Yeah.
So if we can provide that space, and like I've had people there since day one.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you think, if we were to shut, then what do?
Yeah.
Where's their community? Where's their outlet? Like, where's the mums who trying to run a household, do work, look after 2 or 3 kids? Like, where's their 45 minutes to them for their day? Like, that's their outlet and their mental health. Like, if we go, then where do they go?
Yeah, and you've got this space where they've obviously now, like, these people have friendships and relationships, and if the gym falls apart, all that falls apart too.
Mate, shout out to the G3 posse. That's what they call themselves up at Blaxland. Group of ladies, they didn't even know them. They didn't know each other before they started, and then they've slowly integrated, and then it's a big thing now. So,
all right. And so, next thing is you've extended, you've created something new at your gym. I want you to talk about that a little bit. So you've had the foundation part, which is your programming, and you've put a new ad into your gym. I want you to talk about that a little bit.
G3 Underground. So we launched that in June.
Yep.
So basically it's a mixture of like barbell work, like barbell Olympic lifting, like your clean and presses, your snatches, whatnot, and conditioning. So it's just, we've got a downstairs space to where we've had upstairs for the last 4 years. And I was like, how do I expand the business? And I was looking at launching into other areas, seeing other spaces. And then I went downstairs, and then like someone was subleasing, like they just had shit everywhere. And I was in the space, and I'm like, can we make it work down here? And then I started putting a vision together, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just make it work. And I just ordered the equipment. I was just like, fuck it, I'll make it work. Yeah. And like, honestly, and that never used to be me.
Order the equipment and then see how it can fit.
Yep. Yeah, basically, man, I'd like trying to measure out stuff, but I couldn't really. And then I'm like,
dude, here I am with a tape measure, like
measuring to the centimeter,
all detailed, like trying to make sure, and then order
that used to be me with Narellan, with Blaxland when we first opened. That was me, and then now because I stacked those habits on that, I know I can make something happen. I'm like, it's like, fuck it, it'll work out, but like I'll make it work out, right? So then I was like, just order it, we'll make it happen. Then slowly putting everything together, and then it did come together. Don't get me wrong, there was a few hiccups along the way, more than a few, but now it's provided the members a different space to, like, we've got people that have been upstairs for 5 years. So how do they grow and evolve and change their training? And I kind of want to be that one-stop shop.
Yep.
So we've got bigger plans in place as well for the next 12 months.
And you want to touch on?
Not yet, but
okay.
It's just about giving members another option
Yeah.
that we can add on. So I've got big plans in the works for the next 12 months, which is exciting, because then, like, I do hear from members, they're like, oh, it's really good, you're always trying to evolve and whatnot. And
that's
yeah,
cool,
I'm like, if you become stagnant, then that's where you go to die. Like, I never want to say stagnant. I want to be moving forward.
And we've seen it. Like, there's been a few gyms at our area closed recently.
Man,
and like, and as an owner, man, like, your job is to try to make sure the wheels are constantly turning and people are evolving, and you provide that space where that everyone wants to stay.
Yeah.
And if you can continually add stuff where people feel like they're evolving and they feel like they don't have to go somewhere else to get that something new, then man, all the better.
One-stop shop, bro.
Yeah.
One-stop shop.
That's cool.
They don't have to go anywhere else. We're dominating the
Love it,
mountains.
love it.
Let me touch on super quick. So you've mentioned a lot about, slowly trying to step away from the floor a little to be able to do all of this, do all of these builds, all these ideas, and all the systems and stuff you have in place. So I've been dealing with that myself recently. Like obviously, I'm looking at the rebrand and the build.
Yeah.
I want to know your point of view, right? Because we do have members that get upset because they don't see you as often. Like they love you as a coach.
That's the battle, bro.
They love you as a coach. They want to see you more, but then you're trying to put time and energy into make this thing so fucking great.
Yep.
And you can't be in two places at once. So I'd love to kind of know your point of view in trying to juggle that.
It's a battle, man, and I'm going through it as well. People are like, "Oh, I don't see you anymore," and I'm like, "Man, like, trust me, I'm working more than ever now, eh?" Like, not as much as like obviously at the beginning, but I'm like, just because I'm not on the floor doesn't mean I'm not like. I'm trying to grow this place to be the best that it can be, and if we're on the floor,
What is it going to be?
Hey,
What is it going to be?
what's what going to be?
G3 Blaxland. What is it going to be? What's the mission?
Oh, fuck, fine.
Yeah, but the best what in the what?
Oh, the what?
What's your tagline?
We're going to dominate the mountains.
Dominate the mountains.
Yeah,
There it is.
Yeah, not
That's
the
his
best,
mission.
but yeah,
Dominate the mountains.
Dominate the mountains. That's the mission. But it's like if we're constantly on the floor, then who's implementing that stuff, right? So we've built our team up. Like you've built your team, I've built my team. We've got those players in place to run the sessions, right, and interact with the members and whatnot. So we can work on our vision and give our team a bigger future, and then give our members a space to be able to grow and be the best versions of themselves as well. And we just can't do it if we're on the floor all the time. Like, as much as we'd love to be, and that's what we're best at.
That's what we prefer to be.
Right? Yeah, 100%. That's where we'd prefer to be. That's our comfort zone.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the business ain't going to grow if we're doing that, right?
Okay.
And people do understand that, but sometimes you just got to remind them. It's like, look, man, I'm around, trust me, but I'll be there when I can. But we've got the right team, and you've got the right people in the right seats to be able to do that as well.
And it's just like hopefully they understand that it's the best interest of them at heart.
Yeah, man, and they do. When you explain, you got to explain it to some people, but it's all right. But more often than not, people will understand, right? So, and because they just want to see the best for us as well, because we've got such good members between both studios. They're just like, they just want to, they're like, how many times like you're doing something, they're like, oh, you deserve this so much, blah, blah, blah. Like, they just want what's best for us as well.
That's cool.
Just before we close it up, Kaine, if I can ask you one thing, like, what is the one thing you want to change in the fitness industry, and why is that the most important thing to you to change?
For me personally, moving forward, I want to make it a proper career path for my team. That is where my vision is going towards. G3 Blaxland has its own vision, but me personally, my vision is to make it a career path for my trainers and my team, how I've been able to turn it into a career as well.
Yep.
So often it's an industry that it's our second job, or it's just additional hours and whatnot. I want to, like, we're all so passionate about it that I want to turn this into a proper career for them and make them realise their own visions. That's my purpose going forward.
I love that, because we spoke about a couple of episodes ago that you're not in this for the money, but I love that how you said, like, you want to create a career path for people so that, not that they're chasing the money, but they're getting paid for their passion, which was what we all want.
Man. Like, ever since I've been in the industry, not a day goes by where I don't dread waking up and going to work now. I used to do that. Now I'm just like, fucking bring on Monday. I love Mondays, leg day. But like, I don't dread it. And that's what I want for others as well. So
I love that. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on here, Kaine.
have me, boys. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers, brother. My man.